I just recently started a new solo playthrough on Ragnarok in Ark. I'm on PC, I'm on Steam, and I played around a little bit in the past with the Steampunk mod that you can get on PC, but I've never really, I built, other than like building a building out of it, I've never messed with it too much. And so this time I really wanted to build an entire base with the Steampunk mod. And it adds all kinds of this really cool stuff that you can build with, made out of copper and things like that. And so I wanted to show this part of it off. I've got more uh, structures that I built that I'll make other videos about, but this is the building that I wanted to start with. This one is my workshop area slash house. I having built a little bedroom in here for my character, and I wanted to show it off. So we're going to start here at the front, and these are the two dino gates that you come into the entrance, but we're going to go around the outside first. And this steampunk mod, like I said, it adds all kinds of really cool stuff to build with, all different kinds of walls. You can see there's pipe walls, plain copper walls, glass, decorative glass walls, uh, lamps. Really everything that you need. Pillars, railings, balconies, all kinds of stuff. One of my favorite pillars are these decorative pillars, bubbling pillars that look like they have water in them. I love those. And the lamp posts, these are cool. These are actually, you can toggle these on and off. And you can see there it lowers down and the light turns off. And then it's got a really cool animation and sound when you turn it back, when you turn them on. I love those. And I wanted to use all the different types of walls in this build. You can see these are the plain copper walls up there, of course the glass walls, the decorative glass walls, and the pipe walls on the outside. They've got these decorative copper walls that you can use. So I think it looks cool when you integrate all of the different types. There's, the foundations are pretty much like any of the other building stuff. There's triangle foundations and square foundations. And then this mod really has a lot to it. Everything from base defenses, which you can see here. These are the Tesla coils, and they work like turrets. Right now I have them set on only targeting wild dinos, because that's the only thing I have to worry about. I'm on a solo playthrough, so there's no one else on this server but me. So just in case a wild dino decides it wants to wander its way into my base, these Tesla coils will take care of it. And you can see I put the railings up around it and everything just to make it look cool. We'll kind of go around the outside first. And here's more of the different types of walls. I wanted to use a lot of the glass so you can see out of it. And then we'll kind of go on top and I'll show you a little bit. There are the triangle ceilings and the regular type ceilings, and then they also have all of two different types of sloped ceilings. These are the regular copper ceilings, slope ceilings, and then these are what they call finned ceilings, two different types. Look, it's really cool. I think it adds different texture when you look at it, instead of the same old monotonous, same kind of. Not that these are bad looking, of course, and it would look just as good if I had the same kind, but I like breaking it up. Then they also have these different types of ceilings. These are, I think they're called hull ceilings. And I didn't want to make all of it out of those or these, so I kind of put these on the side to show those off a little bit. Got more Tesla coils, and you can adjust the range of them, how far it will reach. I have these set on high. I mean, just all different kinds of settings that you can toggle them off, which is actually pretty cool because it drops it down like this, and then when you turn it back on, it raises it back up, and then you can change your targeting settings to only wild creatures, survivors, and tame creatures, all targets, only tamed, it's really cool stuff that you can do with this. So I have mine set on only wild creatures because that's all I have to contend with over here. The rest of the base, I'll do other videos about other structures that I've built, but right now I wanted to do this. You can see my industrial cooker in here going away. I've added my little greenhouse here. I didn't make the greenhouse out of copper. I used the regular stone and greenhouse walls for that. But then I've added a few animals around to collect stuff like that. But this is the outside of it. Then we'll go around and come inside. This is another cool feature from the Steampunk mod. It adds this steam bot that you can build. And it's a robot that you can get in and ride. See, right now it's off. Toggle the button for on. And it's on and you can walk around with it. Kind of like a mech or the exo-mech, only you can't craft in it. But it has two different kinds of attacks. You've got the regular punching attack, and then it also will fire cannonballs out of the other arm. The only thing I don't like about there is a drawback to the cannonballs. There is not an aiming system. It just it's a point and shoot. And then you hit the button to turn it off, so you don't waste all of your fuel, and then you just dismount like any other dino. But that thing is really powerful, and it's a lot of fun to ride around in. So now we'll head on inside, and I'll show you what I've done inside. These gates are awesome. They are not automatic. You walk up to the handle, and you get the cool audio and visual of coming inside. And we'll start over here on this side. I've placed all of my crafting benches and everything in here. Some are for the steampunk. I have a whole steampunk area. We'll get to that. But some of these are just different other workbenches that I use. Here's a good look at the full bubbling pillar. Also has these ceiling fan lights, the wall lights that you can use. Has these, they call them gear lights. Kind of get up here and you can take a better look at the gear light. I mean, the detail in this mod is absolutely incredible. And I wanted to build a structure big enough that I can put my tech replicator in it also, and kind of integrate all of it into the steampunk mod. So as I said, over here is some crafting stuff. Here's my chem bench, stuff that I need for, to craft my stimulants and narcotics. And then this is a cool feature in this you can build in the steampunk mod. This is a meat spoiler. So when you enter it, see, you can put cooked meat, prime meat in there, and it will spoil the meat for you, which is really good for if you don't want to waste all of your time and your inventory area in your character to spoil the meat. And here I've used all the different types of pillars in here. This one's just a regular copper pillar. This is another one of the types of walls. This is a stained glass wall. It's actually really cool. here's more of my crafting area. Then up here in this section is where I put my tech generator. There are generators for the copper that you can use. I like using the tech ones because they have a much farther range. But there are really two types of generators that you can build with the Steampunk mod. One is I don't have one built, but one is a trike treadmill generator, where you tame a trike and you can attach, latch the trike to the generator, and it will, as long as you've got a trough with berries in it for the trike, you've got power all over the place. But I like the tech generator, and I use the S Plus mod, and the non S Plus tech generator will not run the copper things, but the S Plus generator will. So if you want to use these in tandem, make sure you have S Plus along with your Steampunk mod. Over here, this is the Steampunk crafting area here. You've got the electrical bench, and in here you can build lights and other electrical things from the mod. This is one of the forges that you can build. There's 3 different types of forges. This one is the industrial forge, and it will make your refined oil, which you use for fuel for the different vehicles that you can make through the Steampunk mod. You can also make your coal, your glass plates, and your copper plates, your copper ore, and it runs on spark powder. So that's kind of like a basic step before you get to this forge, which this is called the multi-forge. This one goes much faster, and you can see it makes your copper plate, it makes everything the other one does also. Coal, you can cycle through it all. Here there's metal ingots, the glass panels, the rough diamonds, leather, coal, smelted copper ore, and then your copper plates. This one is the blast forge, and this one pretty much, as you can see, it'll make metal ingots, it'll also make gasoline, and it will make your coal, and it'll make everything else, but this one just goes a little bit slower. This is kind of the first forge that you build in the process. Pardon me. Then you got your Steampunk work table. This is how you get started. You build this work table, and in here is everything else that you need. And you can go through here and it'll build everything you want. There's all different kinds of stuff. I'm not going to go through everything in the mod because there is just so much. This is a recycler. It's kind of like a grinder. It will grind everything down to its basic resources. Then we have the tanneries. These make the leather that we need for different things, and it runs on coal. So you add just hide to it, and it will start to make the leather for you. And you need this to make, because the Steampunk mod also has its own armor set that comes with it, and the armor set is absolutely fantastic, and you need a lot of leather for that, and other items too. This is an oil storage tank. As you can see here, it houses all of my refined oil. And of course we have the tech aggregator, the item aggregator. This picks up different things around the base for me. Another good look. This is the far side. There's entrance on this side and the far side, but this is the other gate to the outside. And then over here is my cooking area, and I have plenty of storage for refrigerators, my different resources for berries and cooked meat and stuff. And then I have my industrial cooker, turn that off. Then we have here the steampunk cooking pot, and in here you can make all of your consumables, all of your crafts. Same as the industrial cooker. You can make all of your soups and brews, your medical brews and things like that in here. And then you can also make dyes out of it. And then the Steampunk mod adds this unikibble, which is actually very, very cool. It's a generic box, a unikibble, and whatever you go out to try to tame, whether it be a Rex, an Allosaurus, they all take different types of kibble to tame. You can make this, and you place this box in the knocked out animal's inventory, and you hit consume, and it automatically turns into whatever kind of kibble that particular dino needs, whether it be regular kibble or extraordinary kibble or exceptional. It will turn into that, and it will turn into 5 of those types of kibble per box. And this cooker is cool. It runs on refined oil. You put that in there and you can turn it on. You do have to boil the dinosaur eggs, so you still need the eggs, and you place whatever eggs you have, dodo eggs, trike eggs, whatever type of eggs you have, you place them in there, and it will boil the dinosaur egg for you that you need for your unikibble. And you see there, this is where the greenhouse that I made outside comes in, because you do need the crops, you need rare flowers and rare mushrooms, and cooked prime meat in order to make the unikibble. And that will work for any dino in the game that you need kibble for. Here's a good look at the ceiling fan light. I love these things. You can toggle these on and off. I really love that. It's really cool. And then, like I said, I've incorporated a little bit of everything. So I've got an industrial cooker and my preservation box, which this makes my jerky for me. Then here is the cooking stove, the Steampunk cooking stove, which is actually really cool. And in here, you can cook all of your meat, from cooked meat, cooked prime meat, cooked fish meat, the mutton, prime fish meat. This will make all of that for you. And here I have my storage for my cooked prime fish meat and my jerkies. Also, it also, the Steampunk mod has a lot of not just the building stuff, but decorations too. Here's one of the two. There's 2 different types of copper chairs that you can build. This one is, and a copper round table. The candle is from a different mod. I've got it's called the Additions mod, and it adds these different types of light sources. And then down under here, I have just a storage area. This is also a very, very cool addition to the Steampunk mod. This is a cryo chamber. Now, when you build this, and it only works for the person who places it down. So if you have multi-people, more than one person in your tribe, each person you can build one and give it to someone, but it's the person that places it on the ground, that places it in your camp, in your base. And if you die on the map and you respawn back at your base, you come over and you get in the cryo chamber, this will automatically return all of your inventory stuff to you. So all of your weapons, ammo, everything else it works basically like the Fjord Hawk. Only, the Fjord Hawk that was introduced with Fjordur, you remember, if you die, it will pick up your bag of stuff and bring it back to you wherever you respawn. That's the way this works. So if I die anywhere on the map, and I spawn back here at the base, and I come down here and I get into it like this, it will automatically return my entire inventory back to me. All of my stuff will be back in my inventory. And then I use the vaults. There is copper storage lockers. I just prefer the vaults. And then some of my other decorations are from other mods like the mounted heads, but there you can see the copper wall lights. This is a good look at the stained glass wall and the pipe wall here. Now this decoration stuff is from the Additions mod, so this isn't part of the Steampunk mod. And then I have my other crafting areas back over here. This is the copper grinder. This works exactly like the industrial grinder from the S Plus and the regular game. So you put whatever you want in there and it will grind it all up to your resources. It worked kind of like the recycler that I showed you a little bit ago, but in here, like the industrial grinder, it will make cementing paste and spark powder, gunpowder, all different kinds of stuff for you. Then of course we've got my industrial forge, which I like because it just works better. And then in the center here, you see I have my tech replicator surrounded by the pillars to give it a little more structure look in here, and then I've surrounded it with the dedicated storage, which I like using these more than the copper storage because you've got a limited amount of storage in those. But in these, as you can see, you can put quite a bit of resources in these, and I like keeping them close to the tech replicator. Then over here on this side, which if you walk up these stairs, this is the bedroom. Now, I haven't fully decorated this yet, but I have another mod called Terrariums, which adds these different terrariums. Here I've added a fish tank, but here is the copper bed, the copper couple of the different copper tables. There are dressers that you can build. It does have a bathtub. I don't think this isn't from the Steampunk mod though. This is from the Additions mod, so I like using it. I can sit and look out the window while I'm taking a bath. And here's a good look at the ceiling from the inside. This was just a really fun thing to build. I've really wanted to do something like this with this Steampunk mod for a long time. I just never have gotten the chance to. And I wanted to build an entire base out of this stuff before because I really love the look, the aesthetic of this copper stuff that you can build with this mod. And we'll go out the back side here. Like I said, I have built more in the base and I will make other videos about it. That is my hatchery over there on that side. They do have these copper tree platforms and copper cliff platforms that you can build. And you can see they snap right to the redwood trees because my base here on Ragnarok, I will show you on the map. You can see that's about where I am. And I chose this spot because this is about the flattest part of land that I've been able to find. This is another one of the vehicles from the Steampunk mod. You can make a hot air balloon. There's two different types of balloons that you can make. This one is the propeller, it's powered. You can fly it around. This is another one of the crafting I don't want to say benches, but one of the crafting items that you make in the Steampunk mod. This is called the construction yard. And this you use to make different things that the other benches don't. I have built a treehouse on one of my platforms up here in the base. I will make a different video about that later on. But for this video, I wanted to just stick with the main building here. So I hope you all enjoyed this. This has been a lot of fun messing around with this mod. And please watch out for more videos coming soon about the other structures that I've built in this base. I'll go through a whole tour. I'll try to highlight every piece that I've made in here. I didn't want to make it all in once because already the video is going longer than I wanted. But so I will make different ones. I also stream on Twitch, so if you guys would like to check me out, it's sbrew42 on Twitch, and you can follow me on Twitter at sbrew42. I post all of my notifications for my streaming, all of the notifications for different videos that I put out here on YouTube. So please drop me a follow on there, guys. And I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a good day.